Well, hello. Guess what day it is? It's Tuesday, and that means it's time for something. And tonight is card class. Let's see. We've got usually a project recipe or a Techie Tuesday, tool time with Tara, and card class. And April, because there are 5 Tuesdays, we have one of our special Let's Taco About It, and more on that in just a second. So I'm excited to be here with you tonight making some gnome cards. Raise your hand if you think gnomes are adorable and you're excited to make gnome cards tonight. I already raised my hand. I'm super excited. So tonight we do have an in the feed drawing, which means you must be present to win. You have to be in the feed if your name is drawn. And how do you get entered? You just like this live and comment. That is how the bots will get you entered. Let me make sure the bots are working in the background, actually. And they are. So, yay. Okay, Carol, good. You raised your hand. Hi, Stacy. So, I'm excited to be here tonight. Yay. So, make sure you say hi when you pop in. It's hard to believe, but in just like a week, it'll only be 2 weeks until our retreat to the lake in Lakeland, Florida. Retreat. So if you haven't retreated with the Memory Maniacs, this is your next opportunity. June 6th to the 9th. It's a Thursday through a Sunday. It's at the Terrace Hotel in Lakeland, which is that tall building to the right in this picture. That is a picture I took on the way back from dinner on a Thursday night in Lakeland. So it is a wonderful place to have a retreat, and I do have a couple spots left. So if you want to join us, we would love to have you. Goodness, I need to turn off some of these notifications here. All right. So then in July, we have 2 special retreats with the Memory Maniacs. Yes, Gina, I do. And that is for Brevard, North Carolina, home of the White Squirrels. July 18th to the 14th. So it's a Sunday to a Thursday. And then we pivot over to Helen, Georgia, Thursday to Sunday. So if you are so inclined, or if you just like to do that drive once from Florida, and if that's where your home base is, then you can come on up for Brevard and Helen and do the back-to-back. And they are going to be both awesome, super special. I can't wait for that. All right, so next Tuesday, let's see, I leave tomorrow for California. My son has a big race in Stanford, so prayers appreciated. He will be racing, probably when most of you are asleep on Friday night. Oh, yay, Jacqueline, that would be awesome. Yay. That would be wonderful if you could do that. So I will be back on April 1st, Easter Monday, and we have Project Recipe on Tuesday. So busy time I'll be having in between those these 2 Tuesdays. All right, and then just looking ahead a couple weeks, the next virtual crop is April 12th to the 16th, so pencil that in. I will be giving away some CM credits. Oh, that would be awesome, Jacqueline. April is Donate Life Month, and I will be attending the Diamonds, Denim, and Dice event for Simon's Angels. And if you attend my open house year over year, then you know that I always collect gift cards for Simon's Angels. And so just like Kirsten, Kane's mom, is a personal friend of mine, so is Simon's mom. And so this foundation is local and donates money to help families that are going through transplant expenses due to transplants. So I did do the drawing and I said I would let you know. So Faith won that drawing. So Faith will be my guest, and so she will be bringing a friend. So I would love for any of you that are local to join us, your some scrappy friends, at the Simon's Angels benefit on April 13th at 6 p.m. And that's at Embry Riddle. It's a great event. I think last year they raised over $100,000. It was amazing. So you wouldn't believe the amount of baskets that they have, different items. So if you're able to come, or if you're going and you didn't know that I was going, let me know. I would love to have you. Hey, Sharon and Julie and everybody. I'm so glad you're all here. Oh, now I've changed Jen's last name. She's missing her N. It's covered up by my overlay. So next month we have Let's Taco About It, and my special guest will be Jen G, 2N Jen, as she's known around the crops. She is the queen of the crops this year. So you will not want to miss that. She's got some great organization. She loves the power layout. And she's the queen. So, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that in April. All right, National Scrapbook Day is the last weekend in April, and that has sold out as of this weekend. So if you wanted to go and you were waiting and now it's sold out, let me know and I can put you on the waiting list for that. And if you are attending, or even if you're not attending, you can get the I Scrapbook, because if I didn't, life would be unbearable, shirt for National Scrapbook Day. It's not white. It's like an oatmeal color. I was wearing it at Spring Fling, which was super fun, by the way. We met some new scrappy friends, and one of them is already signed up for National Scrapbook Day. So that's awesome. In fact, she got the last seat. So with National Scrapbook Day, if you missed out, you can also buy a ticket for the, yay, Jacqueline, that's great. You can also get a ticket for the virtual crop on that last Sunday in April. Now, the last Tuesday in April, this is our card kit. So it's using the National Scrapbook Day layered embellishments and map pack, and this is what I've created. I'm on top of it for April, so that's exciting. A little sneak peek of those cards. They are not up on the website yet, but they will be tonight. So if you're not part of the subscription and you just want to buy next month's, then you can do that. All right, and Go Gray in May is over half full. I just put that out 2 weeks ago. I think 2 weeks ago tonight is when that went live. So if you are someone that always attends the Go Gray in May, that is at the Port Orange VFW. We raise money for the Cannonballs for Cane Foundation. You will want to not delay. Now, you'll go to Daytona Area Scrapbooking, you'll click to May, you'll click on the link, and it's actually going to take you to the cannonballs.org website. So all that money from the registration is going straight to them. So I'm not holding it first. It's going straight to Cannonballs for Cane. So all that money, if you've already registered, already going to them. So that's awesome. So they can help the families that are in need. Many thanks if you have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I appreciate that. And it's a great way for you to catch up on old videos, especially if you have some card kits that are piling up. There is it in the feed drawing today. So if you haven't said hi in the comments, make sure you do that so that you are entered and like it. And we are almost ready to make some gnome cards. Hey, a good thing to do in the chat. I know in the past we've asked where people are from. What you drinking tonight? This is not an ad, but I do love Spindrift. I don't know if anyone else is a fan of Spindrift. Tonight I'm having the mango orange Spindrift. It just has a little bit of real juice in it. So it's seltzer with no sugar, but it's got a little bit of juice. So I've got it in my SCAD Tervis here. My daughter went to SCAD, many of you know. And oh, good, Sharon. Aren't they I love the lime too. And the blood orange. Oh, a tea chino mocha. Interesting. Deb, yeah, let us know what your beverage is to make your gnome cards. We got tea, got Spindrift. I'm gonna get a sip for that and put it to the side. Keep my cards safe here. Oh, I'm already getting warm. Had to ditch my sweater. Herbal coffee replacer, nice. Okay, well, of course, Carol. All right, well, let me switch over here to our other camera. So that Diet Dr. Pepper. Love it. That is not the camera that I want. No, this one. Just saw more of me there. Okay. That's better. Let me make sure that I've got the right audio. No, see, that's what happened. I didn't catch it. If I ever sound not like this, do shout out, because I listened to the last one and I realized, why didn't it pick up my correct microphone? So if I don't sound like this ever on a live, someone shout, because I have to do a couple extra clicks to make sure that sometimes it just picks a different microphone. I don't know why. Oh, iced tea and water. Yes, we always have to have three different drinks at one time. I saw there was a really funny reel about that. Okay, so these are the ones for next month. This one's a 5x7 card. And the rest of them are your standard A2. I had them out here to show. They're so fun with the mushrooms and the little woodland animals and the flowers. What was the word? All right, so I'm gonna put my samples off here to the side. I just wanted to show you, somebody bought this weekend. Well, not this, but one of these little beginner kits, and I'm not sure I really showed them in the past, but they come in these little 5x7 cases, which are super handy. Of course, Creative Memory sells a set of 6 of them in a little case, but just to have this one, it's great for a little tiny basic kit for your purse. So in here, I have everything I need for tonight. I've got a bone folder. Oh, my pen wasn't in there, but I got a pen. And when you buy it, it actually comes with foam squares, a pen, a tape runner, and the micro tip scissors. Not these ones. Oh, Stacy, you're getting turned, huh? And then I threw my tweezers, and I've got, yes, Beverage Goblin. Yes, it's actually, I'm not sure if it's only on the advisor side, but yeah, it's definitely something that I could order for someone if you don't find it. But it's called I'll have to look it up. I think it's called the beginner bundle, but it's great because look at all that I fit in there. I even put my little water pen, so I can get one to you, Sharon. Or I can bring it to you the next time I see you. So your little water pen, hopefully you filled it up. Hopefully it's not with air. It does twist. I feel like it twists the opposite way. Yes, it does. So you undo it the opposite way. Hopefully you didn't break it trying to undo it. Fill it up with water. So it does need to be filled with water tonight for our cards. So if you haven't filled it up, jump up real quick. I mean, slowly, carefully, and fill your little water pen with water. And I'm gonna just offload some of my other tools here for my little box. And open up the card kit. It's been a while since we've done watercolor. Those of you that have been on subscription now for years might say, oh yeah, I remember that. I mean, it might be since 2020. That might be the last time I did it. I probably remembered why when I was prepping this set, because I used to do like a little sheet of watercolor paper and kind of give everyone some of the colors. And this time I thought, does anyone remember those little watercolor books that we used to have when we were kids, and they used to have like a line? So that's what I kind of did, was I just did some on each of the gnomes like this. And so then we're just going to add our water to it and kind of spread that around. You'll see. Okay, so if you're new to this, we're just going to take the top piece off. So that's our base and all the pieces that we need for this first card. So I'm going to kind of just set this off to the side so that I'm not confusing things. And here is our first card. So this is our little sample. Now I did put on the front, hopefully you saw that you needed to have a fine tip black pen. And this is something I've sent before in a card kit. So that's why I decided to send the water brush instead. So hopefully everyone has a black fine tip pen. If not, I can help you with that. And you can, or you could use any, any color pen that matches your little gnome. So I'm going to use my bone folder. If you don't have a Creative Memories bone folder, that is also something that got sent out in one of the past kits. You may want to do that. They're only $5. All right, so these pieces assemble super easy. This looks like it's going all the way under, but it's just on this right half. Hi, Katie. And then this piece is going to go like this. So you want to leave a little bit of white on the side. And let me just show you the sample real quick. This isn't anything, not saying anything in Morse code, but we've got dash dot all the way. I did it down this side and around here too. And so that's really it. A lot of the character of this card, if you will, are those dashes, I think, and dots. So I like adding those to the cards. For me to do live, it helps slow me down, but it's definitely something that you can go back and do after. So if you have to go catch up, because you just got on, or you feel like you're falling behind, you can come back and do that later. But I'm going to do it so that it gives you that opportunity. So you should have 4 pieces of your gnome, and they layer on like this, and then his little nose peeks out. He is so cute. I asked my daughter which card was her favorite. It was hard for her to pick, but I think she finally decided on this one. So I just thought we'd start with him. Plus, the last time we had to piece together die cut. Those of you that have been on card subscription for a long time, right? Remember those little otter toes? We had a little otter, and we had to put all the little toes on, and like little straw pieces. Okay. Well, thanks for saying hi, Gina. We'll see you very soon. So no otter toes. These are some nice, big, easy to handle pieces. Now this little nose is textured, so you might want to pay attention to what side you're putting your adhesive on, but he just goes together like that. And then we're going to add our little celebrate on there. Now I didn't pop up anything on these cards. Of course, some of you are poppers. You like to add that dimension. And so if that's you, then you feel free to pop up what you will. Now we're going to add 2 little gemstones to the edges of this sentiment so that it looks like little brads. And Then we'll just add those on like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and dash dot around here since people are still getting on. I'm going to dash dot all the way up this side. And I'm not going to stress about it too much and stress about it being perfect. I'm just going to dash dot. I say that, I'm not going to let it stress me out because sometimes it stresses me out at the end. Like I end up with a little tiny dash. So then sometimes I like to start at the corner and work backwards so that I can kind of plan. See, I still ended up with a tiny little dash, but it's homemade. No 2 cards, even if you do it the way I'm doing it right now, no 2 cards are going to be the same. So this is one of those things. I'm doing this live to kind of slow the process down so that it gives you time to catch up, especially if you have a hard time with gemstones. But you can definitely come back to that. So don't feel, so I'd see how I just did a dash dot all the way around. And now that card is done, and he is darn adorable. A sip of the Spindrift. And we're ready to move on. Are we though? Is everyone ready? Our next card is this cute little guy. Now let me show you what I mean. You see what your little gnome looks like, and he does not look like mine. He probably has lines like this. So what you're going to do is we are going to blend. This is watercolor pencil. So we're going to blend that with our water pen. Now what you don't want to do is get a whole puddle of water on your card. So it is handy to have maybe a little paper towel, which I do not have, or a piece of paper, which I probably have somewhere. How do I not have paper around this joint? Here's a little Post-it. Hi, Carla. Hey, Kim. All right, so we've got our little water pen. If I can get it just pulls off. I always want to untighten. Okay, so get it going. See, now that's got a lot of water. You just want to get the tip wet. Like, could you see how big blops came out? That's what you want the scrap paper for, because what you want to do, and you could start like maybe down on his little hands. You're going to just add some water to it, and it's going to allow you to kind of move that color around. But you don't want to go. Now, of course, if you get too much water, and it's on your scrap, you can kind of dip back into it. You'll just let it dry. It's not a big deal. You just might not be able to put it on your card tonight if you kind of overdo it. So you want to like work from where the watercolor is the darkest and kind of move it away from that line so that it kind of fades. So it kind of fades. Fades into, so like I'm just the pink isn't even going all the way up through the through the watermelon. And then I'm just going to add a little gray to his beard. I'm just going to add some water into the gray in his beard. And since I'm in the gray, I'm going to go do his eyebrows. So you're just going to blend it so it doesn't look as, the lines aren't as hard. Does that make sense? So you're just kind of And when I'm talking a little amount of water, I mean a little amount of water. So I'm just like dipping back into this little puddle because I think I only did one of his little hands. So let's do this other little hand. And now I'll do his nose. So it's just a touch of color. We're not doing full coloring. Now, if you have your own pencils and you want to go darker, or maybe you have other markers or whatever, and you want to just go over it, I suppose you could do that too. So now, like his hat, I'm just going to kind of come in here and add water to these lines, kind of blend them in. Again, I'm kind of moving from the outsides in. Gets that kind of rounded effect. And if you're watching and you didn't get the little gnome cards and now you're sad because you want to watercolor some gnomes, I still have a couple sets. So you are more than welcome to order it on my website and I will ship it out to you. Or if I have them left, you can pick them up at the next crop, because you can always find them at the ones I have available at my crops. All right, so that's how he looks now. And you can come back in, like I didn't blend this super great. Come back in here. And so he kind of it just softens him a little bit. And he might, like, mine is just from the wetness, it kind of gets a little, little warpy. Try to stay and, work on the same colors at the same time. All right. So we have one more to do like this. I think it's our next card, actually. So it should be exposed here on your pile. See him? So go ahead and grab him since you're in a groove right now, and we'll just do both of them at the same time. So I'm going to just go ahead and do all the green first on this guy. So again, I just kind of ran some color along the bottom of each of those lines. And so now you're just going to blend it. Yeah, isn't it fun, Anita? I thought my hand was going to break. I hadn't used a pencil. I hadn't gripped a pencil and written with a pencil like that long, like since, I don't know, high school, I think. And I thought I was going to break. My hand was going to break. Switching back and forth between all these colors. I'm going to move some of this green if I have some extra. Yeah, it's fun, Kim. We're just painting our gnomes. I'm going to do the pink now. So I'm going to do all the pink, and then I'll do the peach. Let's do his shorts. The key is, it's kind of like with Mod Podge. The key is to not have excessive amounts of water. Definitely use your scrap piece of paper and dip into that if you need to pick up a little bit more water. I'm going to do his nose, ears. Oh, his toes. So I kind of filled in his big toe, and so then you can kind of carry that color to the other toes. And his little hands. and squeeze out. I'll do so his beard, he just has a little bit of that gray around the edge, so you just have like one line around. It's really light. And if you feel like you got it too wet, then it's definitely something you can let it dry and, you know, come back to it when it's dry. And these are just regular watercolor pencils. I think I forget how big my set is. I don't know, maybe it's like 30 or 48, but you can get them, you know, at Michael's or Amazon. So now that's what he looks like. So we just kind of smoothed out those edges on our little gnomes. And then after you finish this guy, because he's for our next card, you can kind of put him over to the side to dry. And let me see if I can move some more of this teal around here. I don't want to water it down, but I want to move some around a little bit. Okay. All right. So cute. All right. So our next piece, our next card, hopefully, if everyone's done painting, is a fun fold. So it's not your standard A2. You'll see that it's already scored. Hopefully I can catch the light just right so you can see the score line. So you're going to fold at the score. It goes like this though. And then we're going to add this shimmer paper, which is gorgeous, this purple shimmer paper. If you've been on the Creative Memories website at all this week, then you might have seen it says coming soon. I know, Carla, aren't they fun? It says coming soon, and it has a shimmer sample pack. And I just love the Creative Memory shimmer paper. I feel like it's just so beautiful. All right, so let me, this is how this card works. So you write your sentiment there. So this little piece is down here, and see how it closes over. So we're going to add this piece down here first. Add that to the bottom. This one doesn't have any pen stitching on it like our first one. All right, so we'll add those. Are those thistles or I don't know. They're pretty. And then we will add that. Now this piece is going to get added here. So go ahead and center this white piece, but don't attach it to your green part, right? You just want to attach it to this top part. So you could like make a little, I see how I just kind of, while it was in position, I kind of went like this with my nail so that I could see how far down I need to come or not go past. And then that way when I flip it over, I know that it's not going to go past that. Oops. Now it's stuck fully to there, and then I'll add my next little purple piece on here. Some shimmer, gorgeous shimmer. And then, oh, there is stitching. I forgot on the hello. So before I attach that, I'm going to add my stitches. I'm going to do some dash dot, same as I did on the other one. I'm going to dash dot it all the way around. It says hello. That is going to go, I'm going to leave the same amount of distance on the side as on the top. That is where I'm going to stick that. I like the balance of that. Okay, so now that's on there. Hello. And then I'm going to add my little gnome. He should be pretty dry by now, especially if you didn't overdo it with your water pen. And that is how he looks. How are we doing? Are we good? All right. Now remember, we're just moving from the top down. Sometimes when people first get my card kits, they disassemble everything. But I always make it easy for you. Everything is built from the top down. So we're going to take the next one. And this one's a cute one. There's no one like you. We're going to go ahead and fold this base. I guess I don't need that anymore. All right. And our yellow, this is such a fun, bright yellow. We're going to add that yellow on to our base. Look at it, how it just lights up the screen. It's so bright. All right. And then, oh, you know what? Hold, please. I forgot to add our gems on here. There's 4 little gems here in the corner. I just saw these gems and then I remembered. So you've got little ones and larger ones. So these ones are the little ones. Sorry that we're backtracking here. And if I'm going too fast, just yell. Aw, thanks, Shelby. So we're going to add our little baby gems here in the corner. So they look like little brads. Oh, that one went upside down. Good thing this precision point adhesive dries clear. Okay. All right. Now that card is done. All right. So there's no one like you. All right. So this one, you're not necessarily going to center this. So you do want to position it just so that obviously the white, and it could be a close shave on some of those corners. But you just want to make sure that there's white. There isn't, you kind of want it on this side of the circle because your gnome is going to go over here. So he's going to kind of, go into the sentiment. So you want to position it. You want to do that first. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to put your adhesive kind of at least at 12, 6, 3, and 9. But if you can put them at other places around your oval, that will also be helpful because now you've got adhesive around the back, and wherever you position this, you don't have to worry about where you're going to put adhesive on here. Does that make sense? So you just want to make sure your sentiment so that there's white. You don't want to leave, any of this coming through on the back. And then hopefully you're going to hit one of those pieces of adhesive. And all you need it to do is just grab it So then you can come into the back and add, you know, more adhesive so that it's where you want it to be. And you're going to go ahead and center it right there. Then before I add him on, I'm going to add my dash dots. And I kind of went through these. Let me show you. I went through around the letters. I don't know why I didn't add there. I'm gonna go ahead and add there. I needed to get connected there. So you're gonna kind of do an oval inside the oval. Well, thank you. So I'm gonna dash dot it, and I'm gonna try to stay this. Oh, that was scary. Oh. I kind of went a little crooked there. It's all right. I promise no one is going to notice if your dash dots look a little off kilter. And if you don't have a pen handy, you can come back and do that after. You can see that's what I added those after the fact. So you can definitely add them after. All right. And then his little ear kind of fits into this right by gnome and his little hand down here. So see how that his little ear kind of goes right there. So he might be a little closer to the edge for you. Kind of, or you might want to move him to the bottom and put his ear down, you know, down by here. So wherever, maybe I, okay. Well, then I'm not going to see the gemstones. So we are going to put 4 gemstones in each of the corners. So I was going to move him down and you could just go with 3 gemstones, but I'm going to keep him up here. He looks a little floaty, but hopefully these little gemstones will help ground him. I went to deliver Anita's card kits, and she's got cute little garden gnomes in her garden. Gnomes are so fun. The first one that we did on the first card kind of reminded me of a Smurf. Are like what are Smurfs? I mean, they're Smurfs, right? I mean, are they? Maybe he just looked like Papa Smurf to me because they don't all have. I don't know. So then I started thinking about Smurfs. Oh, okay. Couldn't get that one to flip over. All right. So there's no one like you. So cute. I love him. He's fun little Florida gnome. All right. And then our next one, he's kind of a abstract gnome. So Creative Memories has these little gnome embellishment packs that you can buy. So you got a little gnome beard. And I just was like, how can I put this gnome beard on a gnome body? Because not everyone had the little gnome punch that was part of the winter one. So I started cutting the bottoms, and then I realized everyone can cut the bottom where they want. So I stopped cutting the bottom. So yours might be round, or you might have one with a flat bottom. So I went ahead and used scissors to just trim this circle to give him a little flat bottom and put on his beard. And then also at Christmas time, there were the flame/water drop punches. And so that's one of the water drop punches. So if you have the little water drop punch, you can make your own little gnome. So this is using a really old circle maker, one of the old blue ones, and the little water drop. So with this one, we've got our pink paper, we've got our white with our stitching, and then we've got this fun paper. All of the paper from this, well, not the cardstock, but all the printed paper is from the Painted Garden paper pack, Creative Memories. And I love that paper pack. I think it's beautiful. And it has a wide variety. Like some of it, is super bright, like this. Then we got the fun yellow, but then like we have this. And this is our last card, and it's just so subtle and pretty, and not, these bright colors. So anyway, I had a really fun time designing this card kit for sure. All right, so we're going to add our pink on first. And then we're going to add our white. Before I add it, I'm going to go ahead and stitch. Now, I don't know why on this card I didn't do dot dash. I just did dash, but I'm going to switch it up to dot dash, and I'm going to quick go around. And this is a Creative Memories black micro tip pen. Like I said, I did, those of you that have been on subscription in a while, I think you got one, I don't know, sometime last year, which is why I sent water pens with this kit. But there is another kit this year. If you're on subscription, you'll see a pen. I will be doing a pen. So it doesn't take long to do this kind of thing with dots and dashes. I feel like people sometimes shy away from it because they think, oh, it's not going to look right. Well, there's two things. Like I said, I don't think anyone you send a card to is going to scrutinize your dashes and dots. But also, you have two sides. You have a white circle and a white square, and there's two sides. So if you really mess it up, and I mean really and truly, then you can always go back and try again on the other side. All right, so I dashed and dotted those. This one's going to go on straight perpendicular, although you could put it on at an angle if you want. I'm going to put this one like this. And then this printed paper, of course, everybody's got a different little section to work with. I guess I'm going to go like this. And I'm probably going to end up covering that bee, sadly. He's a cute little bee. But if I put him this way, I guess he's kind of upside down. I might go with it. So you might have a little ladybug, like this one has a little ladybug in it, or a hummingbird. All right, so now I'm going to add, and you can move it around depending on what you might cover. I'm going to maybe not put this as tilted. I'm going to kind of straighten it up a little bit. And then I'll add the circle on. And then we'll add our little gnome. So now you could just leave it in the circle, but I'm going to cut off just a smidge so that he will just look like he's sitting. And then his little hat will go on like that. And then we'll add our cheers. up here like this. And that's another one you can certainly, if you're someone that likes to pop up. All right, so let me add his little body, his little beard, his little hat. Oh, should have attached those together. Come on. And up to you how much hat you want out. I feel like a good amount. You want a good amount. Kind of want it standing up straightish. It does kind of go off the circle there. Oh, let's add our cheers. And like I said, I did not add a foam. I didn't add foam squares to any of these. So we'll add our cheers, and then we're going to add the big ones. Big gems on the ends of the sentiment. They look like little brads. And now we've got our cheers card, fun little birthday card to send to one of your scrappy friends. And we just have one card left. And I just have a little bit of spin drift left. Okay. Our next card, our last card, is this little fun sending hugs card. So I use the new mushroom punch that's available for National Scrapbook Day. Isn't it cute? I originally thought I was going to use that gnome punch that we was part of a Christmas promo. I thought, well, I'll punch the gnomes for everyone. And because, hello, I'm doing gnome cards. That was always my intention. And then the little mushroom one came out, and I thought, oh, I got to find a gnome to go with these mushrooms. So that one is available. So $28.50 for the little mushroom. This one's your favorite, Anita? Or, yeah. And you'll notice this is where I punched out the gnome, mainly because this color just worked perfectly with this paper, and I only had a certain number of pages, and I have no idea when I got it or where it came from. So we are just going to hide that, and no one is going to be the wiser. But the greens in here, I found really hard to find cardstock that really worked with that. And but that one did. And so I just had to use it for both. But that's a little trick, right? Nobody's gonna know that you use that. All right, and then we're going to take our mushroom, and you want it to be about 1/2 inch from the edge. I'm not sure if there's a way that you like it, but you really just need some down in this 3/4 inch solid section down there. So we're going to go like 1/2 inch up, and we're going to add our sending hugs. Now, I didn't go all the way around on this. I just kind of went along the bottom. Maybe you don't need that at all. Maybe you just want to add your bling. And I just used 2 little small ones on this one. What did I do? Here they are. I flung them. Oh, I'm chasing them around. I love these tweezers, but I'm such a mess with the liquid adhesive. I just lost a gemstone somewhere that everything just gets sticky by the end. I can't be the only one. Okay. All right. So now we just have to assemble this little gnome. Let me just show you how he goes first, because you want to make sure that he's the right way. So his hat goes like this, and then everything gets built. Nothing gets you're not going to layer anything. It all butts up next to it. So you see how now there's a little hole for his nose. So his nose goes in there. So I suggest that you start with the hat, and then you go with the beard, and then you go with the nose. And then make sure you've got the body facing the right way. So the body are these 2 little pieces that hopefully you didn't throw out because you thought they were garbage. Or actually you might want to, no, you don't want to start with them, because it'd be impossible to get them the right distance apart. So that's how they're going to look. So let's start with the beard. Okay, so decide where you want your gnome to be. And these pieces are basically even with the bottom of the beard. They're a little above the beard. So, but you want to kind of piece it out first so that you put your adhesive on the right side. Because if you watch me before, you know that is my favorite thing to do. Put my adhesive on the wrong side of things. And it is important that it's on the right side. So now that I've got my beard on, now I can turn my nose over, because I've already tested my nose, right? My nose, make sure the nose goes like that. Or you can add the nose in after you add his little hat, because it's going to fit right into, there's a little notch. And it's kind of see, his beard is okay. So now I've got his beard and his nose, and now I can, his little nose hole, but that way I can make sure. I wasn't quite positive. I want to see, I think it's the other way. Then you can try out which way the nose is. All right, that's the right way. I'm actually just going to add some liquid adhesive in there instead of trying to get tape runner on. Now I can piece his nose in, and then now I can add this in. So I'm going to add some liquid adhesive on the back, and then pick it up. And then the last thing I'm going to add is this last little part of his body. So this is kind of pieced together, gives the illusion that, you know, he's sitting on the body like the first one, but he's not. And mine is a little crooked. That's okay. He looks like he's leaned back. like he's walking along. So how cute and how happy would someone be if you sent them hugs? This little gnome hug. And that will do it. Let's lay all these guys out here. Our little collection of gnomes. I kind of like that they're all different. They're not all the same gnomes. And if you're looking for some beautiful paper, yes, Anita, then grab the oh, I just lost the name of the paper pack. I just said it 5 minutes ago. Now it went away. But it is beautiful. If you're watching, help me out. What's it called? Not Fresh Focus. Painted Garden. Yes, that is the name of it. All right. Well, that will do it for our gnome cards. And it is time for us to give away some CM credits. Yay! My hair's up. I always look so different at the end of these in the beginning. Whew, I'm hot. I didn't turn the fan on. I got a red face. Hairs had to go up. But let's see who our lucky winner is here. All right. And our winner is, and they do need to be present to win, so hopefully they're still watching. Kathy, are you still on? Paige and Kathy. We'll give her a second. Yay! Congratulations, Kathy. She's still on. You are the winner, Kathy. And thank you so much for being on tonight and watching. Well, that is all for me tonight. Thank you, everyone who hung out and watched. I appreciate every single one of you, and super fun to spend my Tuesday evening with you. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and a wonderful Easter weekend. And I look forward to seeing you on next Tuesday night. So until I see you again, you all know what to do. Stay scrappy, my friends. Bye-bye.